Welcome back to the channel. Puma here. So for today's video I'm going to review my Zpacks tent, and we're going to learn how to set it up too. So two birds with one stone, you know. So what you want to do first is put your tent on the ground, obviously, and get your stakes ready. And if you need your trekking pole, then get it ready too. So my tent needs a trekking pole, at least one. I know some Zpacks all need two, but mine is for like a one-person tent, and it's also a tall tent. It was about $750 and I bought it in 2022. So let's get started. So to begin, you first want to put your tent like this, all flat on the ground, and then you start with the back first. So first you come to the back, and then you can see the hole right there. So I'm going to put the stake in, and then just kind of do it diagonally. So about like this is good, and then just push down. And usually I use my foot to go all the way deep, you know. So like that, that's how you want it, you know. All right, so the next corner, we'll go to the next corner right here, and same thing, you know. We'll do it like this, and then push down. And when I can't push down no more, I use my foot. Okay, now we're in, you know. Good. All right, now we're gonna use the trekking pole, and we're gonna bring it up like this. I'll show you in a minute. We'll bring it up, and then we'll put my trekking pole, and then we adjust a little bit, and then we get going. Okay, so I'll show you right now. So what you want to do first is adjust the height of your pole according to what the guidelines say for the Altaplex. And you can see right here, you can see the measurements. So, you know, I'm not exactly sure what the minimum height is for the Altaplex to work best, but I've always done it my own way, and I've always maximized the height, you know, of my trekking pole. So I'll show you right now. All right, so what I have always done with my trekking pole is to put it on is to put it all the way until I see the red, you know. That's the limit basically. So you see stop, I go beyond stop, and that's for both sides. So you see the stop sign right here, and it goes all the way to the red part right here too. All right, so now that we have our trekking pole, we're gonna put it right there like this, and we're gonna stand it up. Okay, so ready? All right, let's go. We're gonna go right here. We're gonna grab this top, and we want to adjust the trekking pole so this part right here is pointing towards us, you know, so like this. So we're gonna do that. Okay, so we got it going right here. You can see my hand. So next you want to just pull a little bit, so the corners kind of they feel good, you know. So I'm gonna put it like here, put it to the ground, and then we're gonna take this string right here and then put it to the ground like this, and then this is where we're gonna put the stake again. All right, so I'm gonna bring the stake. Okay, I got my stake in right here, you can see it, and then I'm gonna pull it, not too hard so I don't want to break it, you know. And we're gonna push in, and then again, if I can't do it anymore, I will use my foot. Okay, all in there now, deep, very good. So now you can see that it's pulling from this side, the front, and you can adjust it here. You don't want this too you want this flexible. You don't want it too rigid, because it's gonna rip. And actually, really quick story, my first week after I bought this tent, I was setting it up, and I was a new guy too, right? So I adjusted it to too strong here, too rigid, and it actually ripped. It made a hole, and I contacted the company, the Zpacks company, the Zpacks. That's the brand. That's the company name, and they actually sent me a new one. They actually traded it, you know. So that was great customer service. But anyways, we got this going. All right. So next thing is we got 2 more steaks, and we're gonna do the front corners now. So we're gonna grab it here, and then we're gonna use the stake, this one, and then go through the hole here, and then do the same thing as we did over there, and then just kind of pull it a little bit, and then once you think it's good enough, we're gonna put the stake in with our foot. There you go, see? And same thing for the other side. So we're gonna make sure this is still good, okay? And then we'll go to the other side right here. We're gonna pull this right here a little bit, use my foot to grab it a little bit, and then through the hole. And again, we're gonna do the feeling. You gotta feel it, you know, not too hard, just a little bit, just enough. All right, in all the way in. So far this is what we got, and I'm just gonna make sure everything's good. So, you know, so after you do that, after you do the 4 corners, I tend to go back again to the back corners and readjust it, you know, because you wanna make sure everything is all right. So I'm gonna pull it out. Ooh, it's hard actually. Okay, and then I'm gonna readjust it like that, and then make sure it's good, and then boom, hit it again. So this is just small fixes, you know. I'm gonna do the same thing here, pull up, and then readjust, and then boom, hit it again. All right, now we're good. So the reason why I do this is because it helps me with the back, because you want this to be on top of the net, right? Of this net right here. You don't want this net hanging out, because that's when you get possibly wet or whatever. So after we got the 4 corners, I usually, or the best advice is to go do the back now. So we're gonna do the back. We're gonna grab a stake here, and then got one. We're gonna go to the back again, and then in the back there's 3. There's 1 right here, there's 2 right here, and there's 1 right here. You can't really see it, but this is the main one. You wanna do this one the best you can. So we're gonna put through the hole again, like always. Pull a little bit, not hard enough, so it can be, you know, so you can be good, and then just use your foot to go deep. All right, good. So and then I can adjust right here. Usually I make this adjuster right there. Okay, so usually this is how, normally I just leave it like that. I only do the 5 corners, 2 in the back, 2 in the front, and 1 in the back, and I just leave it there. If I don't have time, or I'm tired or lazy, you know, this is good enough already. But okay, let's go to, but if you have more time, or you want like a better quality of sleep, you can do the rest. So next will be, well, these 2. So I saw someone online who, instead of having a new stake here, you know, like this, they were putting it right here in the same stake, and that actually works for me too. So I'm gonna do that, and this is what I usually do as well. I just put it all in one stake and adjust it right here, adjust it right here, and then bam, we got a good back. You know, this is very stable right here. And some people also do this. We can put it right here, a stake, and then put another stake on this side like this. But I'm not gonna do it in this video, you know, because I think this is perfect. I'm just gonna check again right here at the top. Okay, good. And I've noticed that the pole is a little bit crooked, you know, so I'm gonna fix that too. So by literally just pulling it little by little, it will move. So there. Perfect. All right, let's go in. All right, so we set up the tent. We're feeling good now, and this is pretty much ready. So let's go in. I'm gonna open it up, and wow, see, it's very big actually. So this is the Altaplex from Zpacks. I bought this in 2022 for about $750, and well, it's lasted me this long. So the Zpacks is one of the best brands that you can buy for tents and other stuff, but their main inventory is tents, right? So I got this tent because I'm a tall person. I'm 6 foot, and most of the tents out there are not tall. And right now I'm sitting down, you know, like this, and my head's still, you know, with a lot of space gap. Look, I can literally raise my whole arm. So that's one of the reasons why this tent became popular back in the day, and it's really good. I've been hiking with it for, like I said, 4 years already. 5 years, yeah, 4 years. And when it rains, it's really good with the rain. It doesn't go through. When it gets really hot in here too, you can have the door open and the air will cool it out, and then we'll take all the heat out, and then you'll be fine, you know. All right, so I'm gonna mention why the tent is good. So the first one is extremely low weight. So this tent doesn't weigh a lot, and it's very popular amongst people who do ultralight. And I don't know what the weight is, but it's very light. And actually, I showed my cousin. He's not a hiker. I showed my cousin this tent, and he said, "You pay $750 for this garbage-looking tent?" And I say, "Yes, but it's one of the best ones." So another reason why it's popular is because the Altaplex, the tent, uses Dyneema composite fabric, and I'm just gonna read it because I'm not sure what it is. But basically, the Dyneema doesn't absorb water. It doesn't sag when it's wet. It's very waterproof, and it's strong for its weight. And that's one of the reasons why the Altaplex or the Zpacks is very popular amongst hikers while they do the long distance hikes. So this tent has been very good to me. I love it, and then I'm gonna keep using it. I would say I'm a Zpacks fan, but yeah, that's how you set up your tent. This is my review, what I think about the tent, and if you're wondering if you should get it for, you know, your travels, your hike, I think it's a good option. Very simple to set up too. As you saw, you only need one pulling trek. I've talked to many hikers on trail, and a lot of the hikers like this tent, but I found out that more often than not, a lot of people like the Zpacks, but specifically they like the duplex. Is it called duplex? I forget the name. But the other Zpacks tent called the duplex, that I think is the wrong name, it fits 2 people, but it's not tall, you know, so it's more roomy, but it's not tall. But this one is more tall but less roomy, so it depends on your flavor and your style of hiking, you know. If you know Darwin on trails, this was a tent that he actually liked, and this was one of his favorite tents. I'm not sure about today. Things may have changed because he's more into like bike mounting now, you know, mountain biking. But yes, yeah, thank you for watching. Puma here, and yeah, this is my review for the Zpacks Altaplex. Good, thank you, see ya.